So the Chicago Bears have a player. He is just blowing away this coaching staff as we approach training camp. And we saw the Bears be really the focus of the offseason, right? Not to mention night one of the draft. Caleb Williams, Rome Odunze, just blue chips. They'll make a huge impact on day one. We know this. But there's one player at a huge area of need that's really going to make this draft class one of the best in memory. And that guy is defensive end Austin Booker. This guy has impressed coaches so far, and he was a must-have target for the Bears. We spent next year's fourth rounder for the privilege of drafting him in the fifth round. We used it to grab Booker out of Kansas, and this pick was courtesy of the Buffalo Bills. And you know what? It was kind of funny. The Bears got back their original fifth rounder that was given for offensive lineman Ryan Bates at the beginning of the offseason. And we have a coach in Eric Washington. He's voiced he simply just cannot wait to work with him. I'm going to go to the story on sportsmockery.com. These guys just do fantastic work. I really love their ideas for stories. They're super creative. And also, this is Sports Talk Bears. I'm your host, Sean. We are pushing towards 10,000 subscribers. So if you love the material, just hit the subscribe button. It's a huge help. So anyways, we've got a coach at Eric Washington. He's voiced that he simply cannot wait to work with Booker. And Sweat is saying as well that he can already see the big time potential in him. You got to think about it, though. Maybe the reason he slipped to the fifth, it was due to only maybe starting 1 year in Kansas. He's going to need a little bit of patience, but man, we have the best defensive line coach in the league in Coach Washington, and he's the D coordinator, but Flus is calling the plays. Don't doubt for a second that he won't be focusing on the defensive line. And Booker is easily going to be a building block. He's going to hold down the right side opposite Montez Sweat, and he's just a toolsy athlete. He has everything he needs to be looked at as a massive steal. And this is from Matt Holler of the Bleacher Report. He's in their scouting department, and this is directly from him. Booker is an intriguing day two prospect as his combination of length and movement skills. It gives him a high ceiling as a pass rusher in the NFL. His change of direction and quickness, they really stand out on film. And then Christopher Knox, he's also from the Bleacher Report. He seconded this projection on Booker, and this just hits a little harder. While the Bears only made 3 picks after round 1, it would be unwise to overlook the rest of the draft class. They spent a 5th rounder on former Kansas pass rusher Austin Booker, and he could easily join Williams and Odunze as future team centerpieces. And I'm going to close that down. Check out that whole profile. So Chicago landed Booker with the 144th overall pick. He was the 85th ranked prospect, though, on the Bleacher Report scouting department's final draft board, and he has the tools once again to be a massive steal. Terrific size, 6'6", 240 pounds, and he even drew a comparison to Max Crosby. And that's from NFL.com's Lance Zierlein. He's a very great guy to look at as far as future draft prospects. He's very accurate. And most importantly, Booker has the length that this staff covets in a defensive end. You can't really coach that. He's absolutely the prototype that this staff looks for at defensive end. And we also have something else going for us. The Bears have defensive line coach Travis Smith. Travis Smith was incremental in what Max Crosby has done in Vegas as his former position coach. And also, he's been developing over the last year Jervon Dexter. And we're seeing the right coaches being on the staff to just develop young talent well. So Zierlein, he had him slated as a 3rd round pick. And well, I'm just going to let his scouting report speak for the type of player that we are getting with Austin Booker. I think the Bears just stole him. So I'm going to read directly from the scouting report, and this is great. Truly unique prospect combining tremendous upside with an extremely limited sample size. A more conservative approach on Booker's grade might be prudent, but it becomes a difficult route to take when observing his length, explosive athleticism, rush talent, Booker needs to get bigger and stronger. I mean, we can handle that in the weight room, right? But that will come. The diversity of his rush support, his rush approach, it's unheard of for a player with so little playing time. He can stride and dip at the top of the rush, or he can beat tackles back inside with a Euro step or a spin counter. He can stab and long arm tackles into the pocket or stay separated from them at the point of attack. He chases quarterbacks and running backs with agility and burst that can be inconsistent, dealing with a downhill running game. That's negative. But his reps against talented Texas left tackle Calvin Banks Jr., that could be a springboard to push this gifted edge rusher with monster traits up the draft board toward an exciting NFL career. So, I mean, this just further reinforces it. He's really impressing this coaching staff. It's not just a projection as well. It's just unusual for a player with the limited experience that Booker has to have so many tools, so much maturity to his pass rushing technique. And I mean, his last year at Kansas, he put up 8 sacks. That's impressive, but he also had 12 tackles for a loss, a couple forced fumbles. I mean, this is fantastic production and actually much better than many guys drafted before him. It's an incredible get for the Bears in the 5th when many sources, including Zerline, had him ranked as a 3rd-round prospect. And to build a winner, sometimes you just have to have a little luck on your side, right? You need that as well. And this just seems to be happening on the regular in Chicago. This draft really fell into our laps. Everything went perfectly. So much of what is happening, there's an element of luck involved, and we're taking advantage of that. And I think Booker can immediately be a situational pass rusher with my belief that he can straight up take over the right end slot by midseason. And part of this, too, it's the fact that the Bears absolutely need pass rush very badly. That's no secret, right? We're talking only 30 sacks last year. That's second to last in the league. Not great. Montez Sweat led the team with 6 sacks in 9 games. The projection for this defensive line and the rankings recently, not very impressive. But if you look at it, Montez Sweat, if you projected him to be on the team for the whole year, that would double his 6 sacks in the 9 games he was with us. And if you project this, I think we're going to be way better than this projection. And the other 2 sack leaders last year, no longer with the team, Justin Jones and Ngakoue. I mean, we can still bring Ngakoue along onto the team. I don't know if it's advisable, but he's absolutely available. We've got Ugba. That would be my choice if we're going to bring in some veteran help. But what I see happening is that we have got a situation that we can rotate Austin Booker in at right end situationally to start. He's going to show some pop. He's going to continue to learn under defensive line coach. I still call him the defensive line coach, but defensive coordinator Eric Washington, he's in great hands. He's going to coach this guy up. And if you look at his track record, particularly in Buffalo, this is what this coach has done time and time and time again. You even have a marginal player like Espinosa showing out on the defensive line. And I think this is just going to continue to be his MO. I cannot think of a better coach to have our line in hand. I think he's just going to be fantastic. Gervon Dexter is going to continue to develop. I think you're going to see Austin Booker as being a major part of this defensive line for years to come. And we're just on the front end of it. Let's continue to show trust. Let's continue to be positive. We have so much to look forward to. And if this defensive end in Austin Booker is going to be, if he is what I'm projecting him to be and what so many others are projecting him to be, this defensive line is going to be set with Gervon Dexter showing out as our new 3 tech. And man, I can't be more positive about this. And I think the only thing that's necessary is towards the end of the year, just like we did with Ngakoue, very deep into camp last year, let's add a veteran on the cheap. We're not going to pay the 7 or 8 million at least that Ugba and probably Ngakoue are asking for, among other guys. Let's wait till we're in camp. Let's sign them, get creative with the contract, trim about $3 million off the salary cap to bring them onto our team on a 1-year prove-it deal, provide a little extra pop so Booker has some time to develop, and I'm telling you, I think we're going to be really happy with the results, you guys. Hey, thanks for watching. Bear down. It's been a great season, and it's great having you on this channel. See ya.